we're back. Sorry about that, but we had a technical glitch with Streamlabs where it kind of just decided on a whim to completely forget my settings. So, that's fantastic. Just great stuff. But it looks like we're back up and running again, so that's good. Now, where were we? Well, I'm Ben Vanu, and I've been away for a little while, and I apologize for that. Sorry for being away for that tech glitch. But I am back now. Yes, I have to talk while I type because I'm not that good at it. So. Alright, so let's get into the game, shall we? That sounds like a great idea, doesn't it? So, it's been a while since my last stream for this game and anything in general, and I apologize for that, but real life happens sometimes. Long story short, I was dealing with another health issue, went to the doctor for it, had some tests done, everything's come back fine. Just got the word right before I got on the stream. Doctor called up and said, hey, all your tests came back fine, everything looks fine. I'm feeling better, so I am just going to say just one of those crazy things. But, when you reach a certain age and you have things creeping up on you that last for a couple weeks, you got to get it checked out just to make sure nothing's going on, and the doctor backed me up wholeheartedly on that. So, long story short, I was feeling kind of crappy for a while, pardon my French, and I just, when you feel a certain way, you just know you can't deliver for people. It would not have been good content for you all. The other thing that happened, and I said this in my intro, I don't know how many people were here for it, but I do have a second computer now. A very good friend of mine that I've known forever, since my first day of 4th grade in my brand new school when we moved, to this day, been best friends, and I thank my whatever powers are out there that I met him that day, because he's been my friend for life. And he had this old PC sitting around he was just not needing, collecting dust. He said, I know you're streaming and your computer's not all that powerful. Do you think a second one would help? Well, I won't get into it too much, but yes, one would. And I'm thinking, hey, one I could stream with, one I could game with. Well, I need a game capture card for that, or there's a plugin that you can use with Streamlabs and OBS that allows you to stream over the network to another computer without the use of a capture card. And I'm like, well, that's great, because I don't feel like buying a $200 capture card or whatever, because I don't have that extra money floating around. Times are tough and things are going on. Only problem is my main gaming PC has an AMD Phenom 2 processor, CPU. And even the best one it can get does not support something called SSSE3 protocols. And no graphics card that my motherboard will support that protocol. And you need it to run the plugin for OBS or Streamlabs to use that feature. So one computer has it, the other one doesn't. So I'm looking at either a capture card option, or what would probably be the better option, getting another computer, maybe a budget refurbished one for $600-700 that's a couple years old. Won't have the latest and greatest, but it'll be a huge upgrade over what I'm currently running, and will be able to let me stream like I want. Anyway, so, I hate to ask, but there is a PayPal link on my stream Twitch. And if you feel like donating that cause, I promise you that money will go directly to the purchase of a new computer and nothing else. Whatever I need to keep this content going. Anyway, so sorry I've been away. I'm back. And the last time I streamed this, I was kind of giving you a walkthrough on how to play this game. Well, unfortunately, doing it every other day or so is not a great way to achieve your levels. As you can see, I'm level 16 now. I think I was maybe 9 the last time you saw. And all I have been doing is going in and doing my daily challenges. Now, you won't see them here because I've already completed them. They will reset again. My time is like 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I also have weekly challenges, and you can see some of these here. I can't do some of them because I'm just not high enough level to do them. There's an adventure mode mission here that I might try while we're live. And then there's the seasonal event going on, where I have, see, this resets in another 9 hours, 15 minutes. So that's when all the daily missions will reset. Again, here, start crafting special or rarer parts. I don't have that ability yet. So, what happens is this game is that you join factions. And here are all the different factions. The Syndicate is a special event one going on right now that you level up by doing their missions. And when you do, you can unlock crafting. And you can see the rewards you can get here. I'm level 40? Here? Let's go back. Level 40. And you can see right here, if I reach level 41, I will get a blueprint of a cab. I don't have the premium pass. They call it Battle Pass. So if I had Battle Pass, I would already unlock this. This is what the cab looks like. It's called a Janabi. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. If not, sue me. And you can see the stats on it there. But this is the blueprint that you win for it, and when you win the blueprint, you go over to the factions, and you look in here, it would show up in here. And you can already see some of the weapons and things that I have unlocked. You can see the crafting requirements, and it needs 200 wires. I don't have the ability to obtain those other than purchasing them. I can't get into the missions for the wires. Sometimes, if you go out into the test drive area, your friends will visit you that you have in-game and give you items, and I'll show you that in just a second. I need batteries, I need plastic, and then I need these weapons already made, too, or these items. They're not always weapons. And the same thing for the Yanagi, Yaogue. I'm not even going to try to pronounce Japanese. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I tried. There's a Tempura, and it looks like even that one needs wires. See, that's why I can't craft these special level, these teal level weapons and items, because the requirements are just too high for me. I don't have a way to obtain these materials cheaply enough. Now, the way you purchase things on the market is you need to have these coins, and when you start out the game, you'll have none. But what you can do is, if I go to my storage, you can see all these items I have. Certain things you cannot sell, but things that do sell are your consumables, mostly. Fuel, scrap metal, copper, wires, plastic. You can sell all of that. You could sell paint. You can sell, I think you can sell these. Yes, you can, because I bought these. These are reputation booster items. You can't sell body parts, I don't think. You can sell wheels. You can sell these items. You can sell weapons, and you can sell bodies, but not frame pieces. So, what I do is basically get a good amount of fuel saved up, and I sell my excess, because 200 fuel for me right now is way more than what I normally need to get my dailies done. As I go up and level the special missions that use gas, the requirements will go up. I'll show you that too in a while. Scrap metal, copper. So let's just say I wanted to sell some copper. Well, I'd click on my copper, and I don't suggest right-clicking it, because that will only give you the quick sell option, which is never the best idea. So I left-click on it, and it gives you the market. The market for copper is at a high right now. So if you have excess copper, now would be a good time to sell it. And it'll tell you what the sell orders are. So people are starting to sell it at $2.82. People want to buy it at a high of $2.52. So I'm going to put in a sell order, and I'm going to sell it for, I'm going to undercut the market. I'm going to put it at $2.81. And then I'm going to sell it. And if somebody buys it, which they just did, now they do take tax out. But you see, I earned $2.53 of currency. And that's how you earn, as a free-to-play player, currency, so that now you can go into the market, and if you want, buy things, or pay for the crafting fee, because each time you craft something, it's going to cost you something. And the higher tier of thing you want to craft, the higher the price is going to be. Now, some things you can make for free, because they're the faction. These are the engineers. Now, I don't know why they're telling me this is free, because normally it isn't. Let's go to my other faction. Now, everybody starts at the engineers, and they are your default group, but you can have a second one, and you can choose from any of these factions. I chose the scavengers for now. So let's see, 3, yep. And for this one, I do have a free token, so it's not going to show me the cost on that. I have a free coupon here. Usually not. There we go. So for a gold tier 75 coin, I don't even have that much right now. But anyway, that's just it in a nutshell. I'm trying to give you a good walkthrough. Now, I said something about the test drive area. You can build a blueprint of anything you want, or go to the exhibition and look at a car, and it'll give you the ability to test drive it. There'll be an option that pops up. Say I want to look at... say I want to look at this car. I can pull it up, and it gives me the... I can't build it because I don't have all the parts, but I can test drive it. So I can just hit the test drive, and then it'll let me drive the vehicle around. Pretty quick car. And then you can see one of my friends in your area. If you have friends in this game, they will show up randomly at your garage, and when you catch up to them, you have the option of honking your horn at them, or shooting them. Oh, I banged into him. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, and I honked my horn at one of my friends, and he gave me wires. Alright, I don't have any weapons on this test drive car, apparently. So I'm going to go back to my garage. And I'm going to go select my own car. Actually, let me do this again. So if I go into test drive, now it says I have 4 out of my friends here. 4 out of 5 visitors. So let's go to test drive. Let's track them all down and see what gifts they have for me. The one guy gave me wires. Now these red indicators, these are just target practice items. So you can come out here with a new weapon, shoot at it, and see how you do at range. It's pretty good practice for your cannons, which I'm terrible with. So if there's a requirement in this game to make me use cannons, I'm not good at it. Now these friends aren't actually here. These are just NPC representations of something. So they're not actually live driving into your area. That would be pretty cool if they could. Don't ram into... Oh, he ran into me. Come on. So if he runs into you, that aggroes him, and then he's going to fight me. And even though I blew him up, he's going to give me some scrap metal. I believe that when I lose to him, he does not give me items. I don't want to lose to find out. Alright, I just blew up a target. So you see what that looks like. Previously, I was telling you that for raids and NPC missions, that a tower build is rather effective to start out, because it's fairly cheap. You just throw a bunch of machine guns on it, and you can just kind of run and gun with it. Since I've been playing, I'll show you some of the upgrades I have done to this game, and I just had a power glitch. Hopefully I'm still streaming live. My video monitor went out, so I can't see what's happening. And this seems like today has just been one of them kind of days. It looks like everything's okay. It's just my main TV kind of went out. There we go. Main TV went out on me, but everything looks okay. But yes, since the last time you saw me, I have earned some money and the ability to craft new weapons and change my loadout quite a bit to a little bit more effective style machine. And I'll show you what I've done after I blow up these little NPC spawn mobs. Now, it used to be a long time ago in this game when I played it before, these guys, you could summon them to spawn, and they would spawn all over your entire map area that you have. Now, it seems like they are confined to this small little den here, and there's a little alarm that sounds that says, hey, these guys are spawning. When they do spawn, there's a pop-up option to get rid of them if I would like. Looks like. Anyway. There's new range building option that was not a thing before. If you look over here when I get out of here, there are some new items on the ground. There is a starting point. There's a couple extra ramps. This is a new ramp here, a new obstacle here, some new signs that was here before. This gate is new. That ramp is new. This ramp was here before. This table, or whatever that is, new. This ramp is new. Those barrels were there before. But you can set up your own little obstacle course, and it says so that you can challenge your friends and blah, 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 blah. Well, I have not seen the ability for anybody to visit somebody else's garage and actually do this, but here's my little obstacle course that I built so far. So let's go ahead and begin. And you see these little checkpoints that you have to hit. Whoops. I made it a little bit of a serpentine at the start. Gotta come through here. Uh-oh. Gotta crash through these barrels. Go up this ramp. Don't flip. Oh my gosh. I didn't jump. Go through that. Jump over here. Crash through a table. Avoid the back side of the ramp. Come over here. Go around the explosive bus. Do not hit the red barrels. Come back over here. Last checkpoint. Now you can hit all these ramps if you want. Boom. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Now this vehicle's a little bit heavy, so it's and a little off-center of balance, so probably not the greatest thing for aerial pursuits. And there we go. There's my time of 42.64. Now also what it doesn't do is track the best times, which I think would be a cool feature. But it doesn't do that. And all my visitors have been taken care of. And they come back every time the game resets. Let's see, I think it's like every 8 hours. So, let's go to my build. So, the tower appearance itself has pretty much remained the same, but what I have done is I have replaced about 4 machine guns with these AC rapiers. These are autocannons. What autocannons are heavy artillery, fairly rapid fire. They're not quite machine guns, like maybe auto rifles, I would say. Because, and what they do is that they have unlimited ammo, unlike cannons and rockets and things of that nature. They have a very, very long range that rivals machine guns, are about the same as machine guns. But the thing with these is that they don't drop off damage over range. And they pack a pretty good punch. The drawback is, there's a couple, they don't fire as rapidly as a machine gun. And if you have a very light vehicle... Hey, Gabbo. How you doing, man? Sorry, I have 2 screens now to look at. I have a second computer. And yeah, if you want to team up for some raids, I have 200 gas. Let me go ahead and type to him in chat here. In game. Sorry, man. Didn't see you at first. But, yeah. I don't know if he can hear me. 200 gas. To use. Can only do. Level 1 still. 1 on roll. So that's the thing you can do. Is I met Gabu here. He goes by a different name on Twitch, but I met him while I was streaming and said, "Hey, you want to team up?" I said, "Sure." And we ran some missions together. Now he has a much more powerful vehicle than me, but on raids we discovered it doesn't really matter, at least on the level 1 one. Anyway. Yeah. 1 star. Let me see how they refer to this. Easy. Easy is what they say. Easy. I can't make a 4,000 machine yet. Yeah, see, vehicles have something they call PS, short for power score. And even if I crammed everything I could, the best equipment I have on this thing at the moment, I can't get a 4,000 power score. Now, I could probably fudge one, but I'd really be gimping myself. And while I'm thinking of it, I have a couple of items to put on this thing for reputation bonus. I thought I put these on this build already, but apparently I did not. See, I'm at 3955. I'm almost there. If I could throw a couple more things on here, I mean, maybe I could... Maybe. But then I'm looking at a weight issue. Yeah, I don't have any weight. That's the problem with this Growler cabin. It's very fast, but it can't hold a lot of weight. So it limits you in what you can do. So, on a team. Which, if he wants to team up with me, that's great, because I was going to show you some runs anyway. Alright, let me go ahead and invite him to group. Alright, cool. So yeah, he's running around 8,000. He's got a couple other builds. Now, just because you have the ability to make something that high, what a lot of people do is they'll have like a specific build for raids, like I do. Then they'll have like a specific low build, like low power skill build, power score build. Like I have a couple. If I go in here and look at my, I have an 1803 machine gun based, 1800 shotgun based, a low power score autocannon, a cannon build, my raider, and then something else that's new, my rocket machine, which yeah, unguided rockets are kind of weird. Let's see, we can do data theft, or let's do war for fire. And I will show you the difference between, if you've seen my other videos, you'll see what machine guns can do. If you come into this one, you're going to see what autocannons can do. They're quite a bit better. Good to see you again, Gabu. Hope you've been having a great time. Sorry I haven't been around for a while, but life, you know? I don't know if you can hear me over my stream, if you can listen to my stream while we're playing. I'm thinking about, now that I have a second computer, I could set up a Discord channel so that people that, you know, play with me can get on voice over that. I have another guy that plays with me too. He hasn't been around for a little while either, but I met him through Twitter, and we've teamed up a couple times. And I'd like to get him on here, but sometimes life... Oh my gosh, 11,000 power score. I am definitely the low man on the totem pole. So here we go. You can see some of the very creative builds here. So we're just going to roll around, go after these targets. And you can hear the difference. The big thudding thump, 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 thump you hear. That's the autocannons firing. And you see the threes in damage? That's my machine gun, and the double digits are my auto cannon for sure. There's a little mission objective here. We have 2 of these to go get. Look at that sucker. There's Gabbo and his super huge battle tank, and here's me and my little dune buggy at best, the tower build. But what I find with these towers is that, at least very early on, the NPCs tend to target the body of your car and not your weapons. So having your weapons up high, for the most part, protects them from enemy fire because they don't really target them. And if you build up the defense on your body, you can kind of circumvent a lot of damage that way. And, you know, keeping your weapons viable is obviously key, so you can keep pumping out the damage. Pump, 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 pump. Woo-doo! Let's go protect the truck. I came over there because I know they spawn over there at times. They kind of spawn in different areas. But yeah, the enemies are going to try to attack this truck back here. It's our job to protect them, which I was kind of slacking off on there. But now we've rejoined the main group, and crisis averted. Boom, 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 boom. I got Peacekeeper because I'm blowing off. See, what I do, unlike the NPCs, is I go straight for the enemy's weapons. If they can't shoot you, they can't hurt you. Well, that's not true. If they still got wheels, they can run into you and hurt you that way, if they got melee and stuff. But for the most part, if they've got guns and you blow them off, they can't hurt you. Now, my other friend, who plays along with us, he's got a shotgun build, and he likes blowing out their tires and making people so that they can't drive, which is also a very good tactic, if you can do it. They can see they spawned over there on that one spot I was in before. And here they come. Look at his cannons. Gabbo's rocking the cannons. This guy's got, looks like some auto turrets. They are some beefed up versions of my autocannon. Some of them even auto-target. You just click on the target you want to fight, and the guns just automatically target and shoot them. And he's rolling a lot of heavy equipment. He's got to have a big, powerful cab, and an engine in that thing somewhere, probably. I don't have an engine for my car right now. I'm just using the one that comes with the cab. But I've added a generator, which gives me extra energy to put more attachments onto my car, things that use more energy, like weapons and other attachments. The reason why I'm able to fire my guns the way I am, kind of just spraying everything everywhere, is I have a radiator, which cools down my weapons when they overheat, and something called a chill, which slows down the rate that they heat up. So, and because of that, I'm able to fire much more bullets. You know, I want to say that a little better. Able to fire off more rounds. There you go. I have an extended ammo clip, essentially. I'm able to fire longer and, you know, more duration. So the longer you can fire without interruption, the more damage you can pump out. Because I'll just give you the shotgun instance. The starting shotgun is the Lupara. Without any cooling method, it gets out about 3 shots in a round, and then it's overheated and you gotta wait for a long time for it to cool down. That's the drawback to shotguns. They pump out quite a bit of damage, very short range, they lose damage over range real quick. They're not very accurate weapons, they scatter shot. But, yeah, low cooldown, or high cooldown, and low ammo clip. Once you put the cooling options in, though, if you put a chill and a Tamar in there, your ammo clip becomes essentially 7 shots apiece. And then the cooldown rate is a lot lower. So you're able to fire more rounds, do more damage, and then you can recharge a lot faster and get firing again sooner, which obviously with shotguns that's a pretty good situation to be in, with any weapon really. Now the only thing that's not going to work for are your limited ammo items like cannons and rockets and grenade launchers. They have limited ammo, and cooldown and things not going to matter for them so much, because they just need to reload. Now I just went up another reputation with my scavengers. And again, since I've already done my daily missions, not going to matter so much. It's just going to give me extra resources, which I need anyway. Let's run it back, Gabbo. Let's do it again. So I earned a coupon that gives me a free blue level, so I don't have to pay the fee for building that item. And I got some extra car parts that I'll be using on my cars eventually. Yep, so I got a free workbench. That's what that coupon was for. It funny to take damage? Yeah. Durability score on my vehicle. Let's see what it is. It's probably nowhere near that. My durability is 898. But again, I'm using a growler, and I can only have a max of, well, now 62 pieces on my vehicle. My problem is weight. I can't throw more weight on this car. Yeah, 4,800 is a lot. You're a rolling tank, essentially. Now all you need is the tank treads. Whoops, I was about to type a message to him real quick. Bruh. Do. Okay, so it's the same mission objectives. So. Okay, cool. I didn't know if I was, if while you were playing you weren't hearing me, so I just wanted to make sure that if I'm talking, say, hey Gabbo, that you can actually hear me. It's a little hard to play and type at the same time in this game, which is why people like to use Discord when they're playing team and stuff like that, which I recommend. It's a good option. Go away. I shall taunt you a second time. You can see the difference in builds between him. He's a much higher level power score, of course, but look, he's running what 10 wheels? I got 3 or 6, 3 on each side. He's got cannons. Look at all that armor. I mean, he is durable. He can like take on a whole army himself and not really have to worry about it unless they're rocking some really killer weapons. And on my part, I have a durability score of under 1,000. I mean, you can see the difference. I'm barely running any armor on this thing at all because I can't afford to. I don't have the weight to use. This guy's trying to solo everything over there. Come on, dude. Protect the truck. What are you doing? You see, that guy's got a buzzsaw on the front of his car. Melee weapons are very effective in this game. They churn out some damage, especially if you double and triple them up. And for some reason, they also seem to have the super glue ability, where if one latches onto you, you just can't seem to get off of it. I've tried and tried. I don't know the secret to it. It's just like luck of the draw or something. You either get away right away or you don't. And by the time you realize that you're getting hit like that, it's usually too late. So what a lot of people like to do, I've mentioned it before, if you're running a melee-based build, is usually they'll run some melee weapons, maybe a couple of shotguns if they can afford to, and then stealth. So they make themselves turn invisible. They sneak up behind you, and then they ram you from behind so you can't get away, and... Whoa! I went for a ride on that one. Little design flaw in my vehicle where somebody upended me. And, speaking of that, you can design your vehicle to kind of flip cars over like that. It's called a wedge build. It's very effective. Good, low-tier build option, especially, again, with melees and shotguns, because you're going to be close range anyway. And basically the idea with a wedge is you're going to get up under the front end or side of the car, ram them, and flip them over so they're helpless. They have their underbelly exposed, and you just keep shooting at them. I don't have the equipment to build one of those yet. You need specific parts, and I just don't have them. So that's why I'm saying this tower build, while it looks ridiculous, you can see the advantages of it. If I had the parts, I would build it higher. The tower where I've mounted my weapons. Because it allows me to fire over my teammates. Like I can be behind Drago here, and I can shoot over him. He won't block my shots because I'm so tall. And then, you know, I can fire from uphill or from downhill. If I'm downhill from something, I can fire up to it, and meanwhile their bullets will be soaring over my head because they're elevated, unless they can aim down very well, which most of the time people don't react all that well to. Gabu giving me a ram there, thank you, buddy. Give me a nudge of encouragement. We got them coming in from both sides, baby. Bogey on your 6! Just saying that. Boom! Here comes the second wave. Let's go. They're not gonna... I mean, these little guys are not gonna pose much threat to anybody else in here. Now, if I'm not careful, they could take me out, but these other guys are way higher power score than I am. These are like gnats to them. Let's escort the truck. Yes, that's my Sean Connery. Rest in peace, Sean. You can't drown, you fool. You're immortal. Just, don't lose your head. That was from Highlander. You can't call me dragon in my language, so you'll call me dragon in another. That was Dragonheart. This is what happened to the last dragon slayer that attempted to capture me. Where else are you going to get a Sean Connery impression while live streaming, ladies and gentlemen? Only on Ben's channel. Haha. That and many more as they come to me, because I am just a stream of consciousness. Ben is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Goofiness, that's pretty much what you're going to get. I mean, oh, that's one of those exploding fuel barrel drones that I hate so much. You see what happened? It was a little cart on wheels that had an explosive fuel barrel on it, and when it gets up to you, it just self-destructs and boom! Knocked me for a loop. How did Ben do? Well, as expected, Ben came in last because, I mean, my power score is just under 4,000. We got a 79.04, a 69.27, and a 79.01. So I'm a little out of my league here. All right, Gabo, I'm just going to keep... How much gas you want to use on this? How many you got to do? Because I'm ready to just deplete my entire gas doing these. You don't know? Okay, well, we'll just... Let's just go with how many. You just tell me when you're done, okay? Because I can just keep going until all my gas is gone. Because I can't do anything else as far as this level of raid. I was repeating what you said. You didn't know how much more gas you wanted to use on this. Because I'm sure you can do a much more higher tier raids than I can at this point. I didn't know if you had dailies to do different ones. Like, usually my daily requirement right now is to do, about 3 or 4 easy raids. So I didn't know if that's what your requirement was. Or if you're just looking to get rid of some extra gas. Eating too many beans. Beans, beans, the magical fruit. The more you eat beans, the more you toot. It's a little rhyme from my youth there. Gotta share it with you all, of course. Why not? Take out those cannons. See, I can hit that cannon over this truck with my machine gun. That's tower build. Tower build advantage for you. On display. Oh, I thought that was an enemy for a minute. You see that little... There's a little RC drone. He's got a little machine gun on him. There's flying drones, hovering drones. And they only last for a while. They self-destruct after a while. Or they can get, you know, obviously destroyed by enemy fire. There's also ground-based turrets, which you plant them on the ground, they stick around for a while, and they can be very damaging. A lot of people have a hard time targeting those little drones. You can see the hover drone right here, the little blue arrow guy floating up here. And they're hard to target too. A lot of people ignore them, thinking, I'm going to go for the source, the vehicle itself. Not realizing that, you know, most vehicles have pretty good hit points on them. And it's going to take you a while to blow that up. Meanwhile, this drone is shooting the absolute bejesus out of you. And taking out a lot of damage because it's... the drones target high, so they fire at the top of your vehicle. A lot of people don't put armor on the top of their vehicles. So their cabs are exposed. And it's a good way to lose weapons and ammo. Not ammo, but... lose your weapons and your vehicle very quickly if you ignore those hovering drones. And the ground-based turrets take out wheels real quick. Those exploding ones blow off parts pretty well too. So when you see those little rolling fuel cans, take them out. Because if they go boom, so do you. Boom. Yeah. I pretty much guarantee... I could do nothing on this entire map. And these guys could... I mean, one of these guys could probably roll it solo. They wouldn't even need me here. Or any of us. I think at this level, if you're running an 8,000 power score, you should be able to roll these guys. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Pardon me, I've been drinking again. Actually, I haven't. I can't stand beer. Beer never tasted good to me. I'm not sure. It's a funny thing, taste buds, isn't it? It's like, there's people that absolutely love beer. I can't even drink it. It makes me sick. And just for the record, I'm 21 plus, so. I am of legal age, but I don't like beer. And I don't really drink anymore. I used to when I was quite a bit younger, you know. It was kind of like the thing to do when you're 21, 22, 23, 24-ish. Then it kind of gets old, and it gets expensive when you go out to bars and stuff. And you like the kind of drinks I like Long Island iced tea. It's pretty much nothing but alcohol in a glass. It's, let's see. It's equal parts, usually, with maybe some variation. Vodka, gin, rum, and triple sec. And a little bit of Coca-Cola to give it that tea color. That's a Long Island iced tea. And they're very strong. And they cost a lot. They're expensive. As compared to like a beer. Maybe that's why people like beer, is people that can stomach it, because beer is usually cheaper than you know, your mixed drinks and liqueur. So now you're getting drinking. You're not really getting drinking recommendation. I don't recommend drinking that much. It's okay to have a drink once in a while if you're of legal age. You know, if you like that sort of thing. But everything in moderation, right? Drink responsibly if you're going to. Don't drink and drive. I've seen that. No joke. I mean, I might sound like a public service announcement here, but no joke. My graduating class in high school was one of the smallest there ever was. And that was just in general, you know, just normally, it was just a small graduating class. But we lost, I'm gonna say, it was at least 8 guys and girls to drunk driving accidents, and not all of them were they the ones that were drunk. It was the other person. One guy in particular that I knew, his name was Gary. I'm not going to use his last name, but I knew him for a long time because we saw him in elementary school, and he was hit by a drunk driver and killed. Another girl that was in a lot of my classes, and our last names were very close, like the first 3 letters matched. So we sat like right next to each other, alphabetical, in every class. This might get a little graphic for you all, but she was driving down the bridge over the reservoir in my area, and a drunk driver swerved over into her lane. She had nowhere she could go. The van that they were driving hit her car, and she got decapitated and killed instantly. Just horrible, horrible stuff, drinking and driving. I had another couple of guys that I'd known since kindergarten. I knew these 2 guys. They were best friends, and they went out drinking one night, and they had an accident. The car flipped and rolled over. Both guys were thrown out of the vehicle. Now, one guy came out okay. The driver came out okay. The passenger, he lived through it, but had severe brain damage, and affected his mobility and everything, so I'll end that kind of talk now because I'm getting a little depressing, but please don't drink and drive. A lot of people say, no big deal. It is a big deal, so please don't do it. Want to do adventures now, huh? That's fine. We can do adventure mode. Alright, so I told you that we would show you some more adventure mode because I hadn't done more of that story. So that is where you go in here, and there's a bit of a story that goes on. Some predetermined quests, and then there's random ones that pop up here and there that you can do, side missions. And it gives you reputation. It's a little bit different. It's against NPCs, so it's a little bit easier. So when you're lower level and you're high enough, got a decent enough vehicle to come in here, it's worth doing. Let's see what we got going on here. I have scrapyard and big heist. Let's go to the scrapyard since it's closer, and then we'll go to the big heist. So I don't need to do any adventure random pop-up missions. There's a little spare piece of random material here that I can pick up. Engraved casings. I have my other friend that plays, what the heck do you use engraved casings for? Well, they are requirements for building certain items later on in the game. You will need them. You see that blue indicator? That is one of those random adventure quests I could do at these outposts. That crate means it's going to be one where I gotta search for 5 random crates in a circle. And you've seen me do those before, but I don't need to do any right now. I have a weekly quest to do 20 of those in a week, and I've already done them, so I don't need to do any more. I could do some just for random bonuses and such, but I don't need to at this time. I'm just trying to get through the stories. I can completely ignore these people, because I'm fast and agile. That one up there, that search one, is you're going to go to random spots on the map that pop up and just park there for a second and observe, and that's it. So those are fairly easy too. They're one of the easiest ones, as well as deliver a package. Those show up as a little blue white flag and a blue outline. No biggie. Easy stuff. Free materials. Alright, let's get the mission here. See, the recommended power score real quick there was 1500. I'm well over that. And when you do this with a friend, they come into your instance as well. Doesn't matter where they are on the map. Meet up with Vicky. Here already? I'll tell my boys something. I missed that. Missed that. I usually try to voice over those comments, but I completely missed on that. Alright. And here comes Vicky. No hard feelings, right? I'm not big on self-reflection. The Ravagers bully all people. We can't let them do that. We can't let anyone do that. Oh my! Good news, everyone! Fry, you moron! I'm building a car to protect everybody. The scavengers are gonna start carrying a present from the base soon. All kinds of military goodies. They've got to have mecha legs there. My gazelle's not gonna prance without them. Alright, so we gotta go intercept the scavenger convoy and steal it. Fast. Fast what? Yeah, you have to get to this destination within 2 minutes. It's not going to be that problem. For this vehicle, I got one of the fastest cabins there is. Unless I flip over. So I'm not going to wait for Gabbo. I'm just going to beeline it to the mission objective, because once I get there, it should be able to pull him in with me. And let's see, let's go this way. Woo! I just cleared that ramp. Almost hit it. Alright, if I hit the mission objective, will that warp you to me? I thought it would, just like it did before. But I can hold up. Yeah, the convoy in this one, see, you have to intercept it. Once you get it, then you have to protect it. And that can get very annoying, because it's just horde, wave after wave of enemy coming at you. And if they destroy the convoy, well, that's a problem. You lose. If they destroy you, you lose. So, catch-22 there. And doing it with one person on a low power score vehicle is really not that easy. I mean, some of these missions are easier than others. But some of these can get a little difficult, because they just send a million vehicles after you. They're all shooting all over the place, and it gets a little wacky. The informer was right. They're coming! Hit the truck now, grab what you can, and go! Go! Go, my! Let's take out those little support troops here. He's stopping the thing from moving. It's pretty funny. Goodbye, machine gun. Not doing a very good at hitting his machine gun, am I? There we go. Adorable machine gun, man. I was blasting away that thing and didn't want to leave. See, my high-mounted guns can shoot over Gabbo's lower build here. That helps. Because he can block things for me while I shoot over them. So another advantage of a tower build. Again, I'd build it even a little bit taller than this. Alright, now we gotta get to this checkpoint. Follow Vicky's directions.
No, I want to do whatever I want. You can't stop me.
Right to the oil depot. Find the tablet and do something. Okay, we gotta get the tablet from one of these doohickeys. Do-do-do-do. So just blow things up, apparently. I'm gonna defer to the tank. Uh-oh, rockets. See, those are things that can take out my weapons. But, like I said, firing from downhill. And weapon gone. And this guy I don't like. Yeah, I'm just, systematically destroying. Uh-oh, we got a little self-destructing. Yeah, no. I managed to avoid most of that. Turrets. Rocket-firing turrets. Bad man. I gotta destroy his weapons cache.
No, we don't want you firing weapons at me. Stop it.
I don't like things that go boom. Boom, 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 boom. These things have a lot of hit points, apparently. Got it. Cleaning up some loose ends here, that's all. You see how strong these enemies actually are. I mean, these autocannons are not weak weapons, and it's taken quite a number of shots to get those guys. Alright, now we just gotta go to this next checkpoint, no problem. Looks like Gabbo's already on his way there. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. With my speed demon here, capable of speeds of 100 kilometers per hour, which is what, probably like 83 miles per hour or something like that off the top of my head. There's one cab that's fairly durable. The legs should be here. I'll be darned! Radio edit. There they are. I can see them from here. Guards again! They're not gonna bother you, though. Are you sure? Give those scabs the shtick. Sheba. I sliced them the ribbons with my Sheba. No more weapons for you. No more weapons for you. And you're on fire. Fire. Jeez, what is this guy? Invincible? I'm impervious to bullets. Oop, he snuck around the side, that dirty little guy. Come here, you. Where do you think you're going? To the scrap heap. I'm missing with my ACs here. That's not a good idea. So yeah, there's this one cab that can hold a whole heck of a lot of weight. I believe it might be the one he's using, maybe a jawbreaker, something along those lines. Has a top speed of 60 kilometers per hour, which is probably like 45 miles an hour, somewhere around there. Real fast. Thanks for the help. I'm gonna see you. Boom. Boom shakalaka. So there's that mission done. Now we can go to Big Heist, because we're a little closer to that now. So let's go there. Random parts pickup. Ah! Scrap metal.
I will take it. If it's free, it's for me. I'll take 3. More poetry. Poetry in motion.
Or as I like to say, poetry in commotion.
Ha 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 ha.
Yep, that's where I'm going right now, buddy. The Big Heist. The Big Kahuna. Do. Yep, just pretty much straight ahead. Do. Baby shark do. I'm gonna get this song stuck in your head. Baby shark do. Baby shark do. Baby shark do. Baby shark. Mommy shark do. Like, why did that song ever become popular? I guess it's easy for little kids to pick up. I have a little nephew who's, when he was about 4, I believe, 4 years old, somewhere around that. His favorite song was something called Cake by the Ocean. Now, he had no idea what they were talking about, but some of you hip cats out there might understand what the slang term cake means and what he was actually talking about. And if you didn't know, you could just watch the music video for that song and you'll understand what it's about. He had no idea, though. He's just like, Cake by the Ocean? Oh, that's a birthday cake by the ocean? That's pretty funny. But he really liked that song. The Innocence of Babes. It's kind of funny because, in a related story, when I was little, and I had no idea what things meant, probably around the same age, probably like 5 years old or so, my favorite song was Afternoon Delight. I don't know why. I had no idea what Afternoon Delight was. I do now. So, what a song for a little kid to like, right? If you know what Afternoon Delight stands for. It's an old song from the 70s. Sky rockets in flight, afternoon delight, afternoon delight. And that's why I'm not a singer, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I'm on Twitch making content, because I can't frickin' sing. Thanks? Okay. Thanks for my singing? Or thank you for shutting up and stop singing. That's probably what most people say. Ah, shut up, stop, you're killing my ears. The comedy routine of Benvenue. The Benvenue Review. And Tyler, too. I don't have to take out these enemies, it's just that I feel like it. I hate how they annoy me so much. I have a vehicle capable of just destroy them all! So, Grim Adventures of Mandy. Of Billy and Mandy. Reference there. Destroy us all, clowns! Blow up already. Good lord, what armor do these things have? To just take constant autocannon fire and just be like, nah, that's alright. I don't mind. Good ahoy. Boom shakalaka. A spare tire comes rolling along the floor. You actually needed help there? I find that hard to believe with your vehicle that you need help. You have limited ammo or something. Magellan, we need to lure out the beast. If Lloyd is right, something. Wait, our roaming city also had lots of electronics. That's why the Ravagers attacked. Limited ammo. Okay, that makes sense with all those cannons. What? Lloyd already told you? How did he find out? I wonder. Alright, now the easy part. Steal this electronics truck from the scavengers. Alright, so maybe all these random pop-ups are not a good idea. There's a guy with a drone. Take it out. Melee! Melee, melee, melee. Melee away. Alright, we're just gonna try to power through these guys so my limited ammo friend there doesn't have to deal with waste his ammo on that. Because if you get far enough away from them, they'll just give up. They'll turn tail and run. Better run, outrun my gun. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks, better run, better run. Faster than my bullet. Brrr, brrr. Enough talking for now. Prepare for battle.
Get ready. You are not ready.
Oh yeah?
Watch this. Adios, pal. Knight, Gabriel Knight, in case anybody wanted to know.
Alright, so we're gonna have to take out these little convoy vehicles. I can't quite reach them from here. Can't get an angle of fire on. There we go. Boom shakalaka! Cannons are major sources of damage if you can actually aim them accurately enough, and that's usually my problem. I'm not very good at aiming with them. Of course, the one that I have to use is the startup one. I haven't built the next level one, and the starter cannon's pretty garbage. It doesn't pump out that much damage. It's not on a turret, so it's not... You can't... you pretty much have to aim it from where it's mounted with the vehicle. You have to aim it with the vehicle itself. And it's not very well articulated up and down. So, very limited firing range as far as aiming. But, you know, obviously it's a cannon, so it can shoot pretty far. But the next version up is a lot better. It's a fully articulated turret. It's a little bit easier to use. Let's place our little bug and track these things wherever they are. Chin up! And here they come. They're going to try to attack the truck while we get it to a depot here. And this is the part of the mission that gets a little tougher with singular play, I've found. I mean, it's not impossible, it's just annoying sometimes because you're like right next to the target area and you know, you just can't protect it enough. They're just sending wave after wave of enemies after you. But having a team member here is really going to improve my odds, especially one as strong as Gabbo is. I'm going to take out these stragglers back here. I'll catch up to you in a minute. Yeah. I find that one where you have to race up the side of a hill with all those falling explosives and get to the mortars very difficult. Because you need to be fast enough and durable enough and lucky enough to get away from all of the firing mortars, which explode and blow the bejesus out of your vehicle. And if you're lucky, you can pull it off. And then you gotta fire these limited range... Yeah, I hated that one. Because even with this Growler cab... Or not Growler, the... yeah, this is the Growler. Which is one of the fastest cabs you can get. It still was not fast enough to get up there. I was still having problems. I had to have a friend come with me, and one other time when I was doing it on another account. ages ago, but using that account would not have been a good startup point for this series that I'm doing here on Twitch. It would have been like, hey, you're already halfway through the game, and you've already done all the adventure mode stories and everything else like that, so, you know, what can I really show you? I mean, you can repeat the missions, but you have to have... They're on higher difficulty level when you redo them. You can only do them once more, and then they randomly pop up as special missions you can do later. But if you have a friend that hasn't done them, like me, like Gaboo's already done his stories probably multiple times over the maximum amount he can, but if he joins me and I haven't done them, he can join in on my stories like we're doing right now. So that's a way they can come in and get some extra 54 times. You got a lot of friends helping you on that. So Gaboo's probably done this adventure mode a lot more times than I have, even though I've played this game several times on different accounts over the years, probably plural. I've gotten into a habit of playing this game for a while and then stopping for whatever. Usually it's a health reason. And I usually stop playing for a while and then I just kind of fall out of my rhythm with it. And I don't want that to happen this time. Maybe doing this Twitch will keep me motivated to stick with this. Because this game's, as I've said, things have changed quite a bit since even the last time I played it, and a whole lot since I originally played it. I mean, I remember when you used to go to the different battle maps and you could win random car parts, like one mission would give you the chance to win a random cab or a random steering wheel. Not a steering wheel, but a wheel that steers on your vehicle. A random weapon, a random item. And you only had chances to win them. You wouldn't win them all the time. Now it's you have to craft everything. It doesn't cost you anything but resources. You have to have the resources available to actually build them. And used to be that autocannons counted as cannons in the mission requirements. They no longer do for whatever reason. I guess because autocannons have become their own unit now. The truck is ours! Now just place the tracker inside. And if the Ravager captures a truck, we can track it. Haha! Magellan. My god! Alright, so there's that mission. Challenge completed. Let's go for the next one. Yeah, the stealth mission. Yeah, I remember that one. Interesting. Boom shaka laka 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 baka. Braka laka lakali. The truck with the tracking device is ready. Now we just have to put it in plain sight. Now we have to protect the truck again. They're going to send hordes of enemies after it one more time. Keep a lookout. Someone else may take the bait. But not just the Ravager. Ravage reminds me, for some reasons, because I'm a free association person, Randy Savage, the Macho Man. From WWE, WCW, probably a couple of independent ones that I'm not remembering earlier in his career. The Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, yeah, let me tell you something. Elizabeth, I'm the cream of the crop. Yeah, cream of the crop. Because the cream always rises to the top. Yeah. Tito Santana, you're nothing but garbage. Here's my Macho Man impression. Not only do I come off the top rope
for the 1, 2, 3, but I heard him real bad too, yeah.
Then my Hulk Hogan.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. You say your prayers, you take your vitamins, and all my little Hulkamaniacs out there. What you gonna do? When Hulk Hogan and my 24-inch pythons run wild on you.
I got a little Macho Man in that one for some reason. Haven't listened to Hulk speak in a while, so I'm a little off. Usually, my impressions are a little better when I have their catchphrases and listen to them for a little while. I can be a little more spot on with my impression. So you're getting live impressions during my Twitch stream, everybody. Where else are you going to get this kind of entertainment? Probably nowhere, because who else would do such a thing? Get off my friend, you melee son of a gun. Thump, 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 bang, 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 thump, 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 bang, bang, bang. A boom, 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 boom.
The escort is down to 81% health. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Are we waiting here for some reason? Ah, yes. Because if we go here... There's another protection battle that would happen over there, but if you come to the checkpoint, it circumvents all that. Woo! Look at that tank. See, I told you could build tanks in this game. You don't believe me? There's one right there.
What? Oh my dear lord.
It's like the Borg, except for vehicles.
I am the cutest of the Borg. El Grey Heart.
Oh, we have to follow him, but we have to stay inside this tracking window here. This is annoying. Yeah, don't shoot. I remember now. I forgot this part when you... I remember now that you said stealth, but I was thinking of a different mission. So what you have to do in this one is you see this gold circle. Well, you have to kind of stay on the outer perimeter of it so that you don't lose the tracking, because if you do, mission over. And if you get too close... any of you have played like the GTA series, and where you have to follow a certain guy, and then don't spook him? We'll be familiar. It's the same thing. If you get too close, there's a fear meter that'll go off, and you have to back off real quick. If you spook him too much, he will run, and you fail. So... And you can't attack him, because obviously that would alert him to your presence. So you can't shoot him. Just a tiny bit more. Yeah, he's going to that fort over here.
Hello, I'm Morgan Freeman. You might remember me from every single movie ever made. And then I thought about Andy.
I'm a little off on my Morgan Freeman. My voice is a little raspy at the moment. A little too raspy for my Morgan Freeman.
Mission accomplished.
Hurrah, hurroo, hooray! Yay for us. Having Gabbo here with me makes these things way easier.
Uh-oh.
And this is my boomstick, which we have to destroy. Watch out for the shot boom booms. I'm gonna stay behind here. I don't think they can really hit me behind this rock. I should be able to shoot them from here. How about that? I just found the meta. If I stay behind this rock, they can't shoot me. But I can shoot them thanks to what? Tower build. The power of tower compels you to lose. Oh, requires a little bit more finagling for this one. And that made that easy, didn't it? Great job! The Ravager lair is right behind that gate. Now we just have to get through somehow. And the squad's all out of explosives. Oh dear. Well, time to blow ourselves up. Pfft, you love explosions too much. You're probably planning to do this thing. The very same Lloyd from Dying's Children. Boy, these go by fast. Sure, we're going to blow up the lair too. The Ravagers are evil. We have to destroy them. Destroy them all. Sure, but you haven't got explosives, have you? And I can pick the code to the gate. I don't trust it, Magellan. Constructive feedback. So my analysis of the debris gave me an idea that the memory wipe is reversible, but first we need to conduct a couple of experiments. And then you'll help us open the gate, right? Of course not. We have a deal! Follow me, the traded one. Blah, blah, blah. And yakety schmackety. Alright, on to the next. Which is all the way across the map, of course. Kaboom! I fly like a brick. Fly like a brick. Where are you headed, Gabbo? Which way are you going? I'm heading to a mission area. Where are you going? There's nothing north. Everything's south from here. Mission? What mission? I was wondering if there was something you were seeing that I wasn't. I mean, no problem. I was wondering if you picked up a random mission or something. I didn't happen to see one. Time for some big air. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Kaboom. Well, that would break a normal vehicle. Try to do that in real life and your wheels will come up through your wheel wells and probably out through your fenders. So, hot tip. Ben does not recommend jumping your vehicle off of 20-foot cliffs in real life. That will not end well for your car, or for you, for that matter. The shock from all the whiplash and whatnot you'd experience from a height that high would not be good for you. Drone! There's one of those aerial drones I was talking about. You don't get an auto repair when the mission starts? Because I do. Holy crap. Did I enter a small ward while I wasn't looking? think these are two factions fighting each other. That's why there's so many enemies here. It's kind of funny that you see the factions fighting each other here sometimes. Boom! Boom shakalaka. Brrr. Come on, acceleration's a little. Alright, let's do the closest one first, and then we can see about the next one after that. The radio tower. The experiment. Lloyd promised to help with the access to the Ravager hideout, but he doesn't do anything free of charge. First, we have to help him with some experiment. They recommend a power score of 1700. I'd say you should at least be 1.5 times higher than that. You should probably be 2000-ish if you want to have an easy go. Escort the treated one to Lloyd, and he's going to restore his memory. We tried all we could with Drake. Looks like we can't cure him. Perhaps Lloyd's methods work better. Alright, so we have to protect Drake here, who's driving a very minimalist machine. But it's typical of these escort missions. You gotta protect the target, and he can't get destroyed, and neither can you. I don't know why I went old man voice there for a minute. My Catherine Hepburn impression. Creeped up on me. Maybe I'm turning into Catherine Hepburn in my old age. That would not be fun. Not that there's anything wrong with her. Stop shooting him. Stop it. You have no guns no more. I have no guns and I must shoot. Come here, buddy. See the slow turning rate of my autocannons? That's one of the drawbacks. Yeah, that's what I was doing. That's normally what I do with most enemies as a default, is take out their guns first. It's something I learned early on with machine gun builds, is to destroy guns first. Yeah. No weapons, they can't hurt you. And then, usually after that, I go for wheels so that they can't move. So this guy has one gun, down the gun, so now I'm gonna leave that target and go for the other guy with the guns. And if you can, I mean, you sacrifice some of your hit points for your target. I could get in front of the enemy and kind of block some of that incoming fire so that the target doesn't take it. Ooh. Managed to... Oh, did you see that? He had like an initial recovery from me flipping him. That's kind of bogus. I managed to flip him with one of my blades. And he just instantly popped back up like it didn't even happen. Like it never happened. He's almost to his target now. Not much further. We've almost done it. In a world where you've almost accomplished your mission. In a world. Watch go, Drake. What are you doing, Drook? You loser. Drake, what do you... Drive, you moron. Good lord. I can't drive in a straight line because I'm an NPC. Drake, you moron. Bruh. Bruh. Lloyd, get in here. Little scorpion there. Stay inside the car. We don't want interference. Now don't distract me. I believe this is where we fight a few of those walkers. Yes. And they are not easy. That's why you definitely don't want a 1700 power score, depending on what weapons you have on it. Might be able to do this, but these guys are tough. You want to take out their weapons for sure. So, that guy's a... Look at that drone. That's a heavy-duty aerial drone there. No weapon. So yeah, you see the effectiveness of taking out weapons first. Very effective strategy. It's a little harder to do against the melee type fighters. For those, you're just looking to blow them up before they do damage to you. But for the most part, target weapons, blow them off first, and you're good to go. Grape. Yeah, a lot easier when you have somebody running interference for you, like you. And then I can just shoot them off from afar. Alright, so next mission. Free energy. Ho ho, the experiment is a success. We restored a treated nomad's memory. Well, at least some of it. You see, this means memories for everyone else, but there's a couple of hurdles. Everything's hazy, but I remember who I am. We've got to tell everyone the cheeseburgers are coming for us. Those dreaded cheeseburgers. Alright. I had to get some agua there, sorry. Go to the scavengers to get a powerful generator. Yeah. Adventure mode, if you can roll through it, doesn't take very long. It's just a matter of getting a vehicle that's built that can handle it for the most part. Now, these tower builds, like I'm running, can do okay. Good lord, everything's coming for me with its razor. I think I'm just going to try to speed through here now. I've got the attention of everyone. These things... Go away. Get away! I shall taunt you a second time. There we go. Look, everybody wanted to party. Party, party, party. Woohoo! Whoa! Wow, I was close to flipping on that one. There goes Gaboo. Gaboo! The off-road warrior. And here come some more people that want to play tag. Go away! Go away! We don't want you. My outlandish accent. Room. All the way across the map we go to the next mission. Blop, blop, blop. Blop. They call it a mine. Side. I'm on nobody's side, because no one is on my side. Little int from Lord of the Rings there, ladies and gentlemen. Bilbo Baggins,
I'm no conjurer of cheap tricks. I'm not trying to rob you. I'm trying to help you. Gandalf, ladies and gentlemen, played by Ian McKellen. Sir Ian McKellen, that is. I believe he has been knighted. Looks like I lost Gabbo back there. I think I'll be okay. No problem, dude. I think I can pretty much solo this anyway. Welcome back. What are the... Yeah, this one gets a little tough. So what I do here is normally stay back here with long-range weapons and just shoot the heck out of these guys while they drive around randomly. You'll see them. It's a little bit of a waiting game. And this will draw the attention of one of them, usually. The one that you're shooting at. And then you take them out one by one. And that's... improves your chances of survivability quite a bit, rather than driving into the middle of a pit and being attacked by just about everything all at the same time. Because some of these guys... You can see this build. This guy's got tank guns on him, which I should probably try to avoid. And some of them got like rapid fire machine guns. Like there's one that's kind of like built like a airplane, and he's got machine guns just draped all over him. I can't hit that guy. There we go. Yeah, this guy's got a side-mounted cannon. Do you see? There's one of the there's a relay right there. There's another guy trying to get it. No. No, sir. No, sir. Not today. Boom shakalaka. But you can imagine if you drove into the center of that pit and were being attacked by all these things at once. There's like 4 guys in there with cannons, and that's going to blow up, you know, a good chunk of just about anybody. I mean, you can try to be Rambo all you want. It's not always going to work. And speaking of Rambo, here he comes. Goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Came down like water for the age of solar. Hail to the Father, kiss your sons and daughters. Goodbye, goodbye. At 10 feet tall, better walk it back down. And the phone is ringing. There's that airplane build I was talking about. He's got like 5 machine guns on him. Alright, I think we've done enough damage for one day. Return to the scavengers with the relay. So all we got to do is deliver the device now. And that's it. And not die along the way. We'll try not to aggro any of the get-along gang people here. But the scavenger base is right over here. So shouldn't be too bad. Well, thank you very much. The bulb in the fridge will finally work right. Woohoo! Challenge complete. Alright, we have 2 different ways to go here. We can go do the Nomad camp, which we're closer to, and then sabotage. So which one do you want to do? I'm going to do the Nomad camp first. Since we're already here, I think I'll do that one. I think he said something. Nope. Bop, 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 ba-doo, bop, ba-lop, boom, bam. So anyway, if you're listening out there on Streamland, thank you for joining us. I hope you're enjoying this content I'm bringing to you. The little game tips I'm dropping here and there will help you understand a little bit more what's going on in this game, how to progress maybe, like some... I'm free to play, so remember that locked crate? We found lots of interesting... Look at this thing. Iger found how to turn it on. It's like a compass, but it's pointing at some cache, not north. The scavengers are hiding something in there. Weapons of victory, that's for sure. If we get it, we can tear the Ravagers apart. I remember this one. This one's weird. So, you right-click on this, or activate this item, and it's supposed to tell you which way to go. It's like a homing beacon. Do 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 do. You know the zone? What? I vaguely remember where this thing is. It's been a while since I've done this mission, but I vaguely remember where it is. Woohoo! Boom! Woohoo! 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 I believe it's up here on this cliff somewhere, if I remember correctly. See, yeah, right up here. Nah, that's not a weapon. More junk. Keep looking. Try starting the gadget again. Is it working? There! And who's this? Deal with them! I'll deal with you later. Ya sons of birch trees. You've got no weapon. I see you flipped. That's okay. I should be able to handle this unless you're in trouble over there with enemies, but I've got this. The advantages of a tower build showing off right in front of your eyes, ladies and gentlemen. Boom! You're gone. And... Let me come... I'm gonna come get you in a second here. Whoa! Sometimes when you flip over, the way you flipped over gets you stuck in the train, and it won't let you flip over correctly. Yeah, it's not letting me flip you. Oh, you know why? There we go. And we gotta go this way anyway. Otherwise, I wouldn't have helped you. Just kidding. Luckily, you were on the way. Maybe if I drive backwards, you'll be able to keep up with me. No bad. Yep. Oh yeah, I think I remember this. Why this thing accelerates so slowly, I'm not exactly sure, because I'm not overweight by any stretch. Just the nature of the beast. I think we're there. Yep, stash is nearby. Are you kidding me? Yay! Something big down there. How deep? We finally found it! Igor's on the way. He can dig it up. Stay alert. Yeah, we're gonna get attacked by ravaging things again. I think some walkers or something. Man, these things are pretty tough. Weapons. Boom, you're gone. See ya! More creeps, Igor. Start digging faster. Yes, boss. Come here, you little thing that won't stay still. I want to blow your guns off if you don't mind. Boom shakalaka boom. Oh, I ran into a flaming vehicle. That's probably not the greatest of ideas for strategy. Ben's hot tip. Don't run into things that are on fire. Especially if they block your movement path. There we go, I wedged this guy up. And now he's slim pickings. See, this is why I built the front end of my vehicle the way I did. It is a modified wedge. It's not a typical wedge shape, but it can do the job. Igor's got the cargo. Now move your butts back to the scrapyard before more scavengers show up. Brah. Now we gotta protect this slow-moving garbage. Speaking of Igor, for those of you who know the Frankenstein story, the assistant was actually, named Igor. But, my streaming consciousness here that it is, Mel Brooks' movie, Young Frankenstein. If you have not seen it, you need to, because it is absolutely hilarious. It is pretty much a comedic beat-for-beat retelling of the Frankenstein story. And in one of the scenes, it's when Dr. Frankenstein meets Igor. Or Igor. Yeah. It's Igor was the apprentice's name. So, Dr. Frankenstein in Young Frankenstein, he plays the son or grandson of the Frankenstein that created Frankenstein's monster. No, he is not the same doctor. And because that guy was so disgraced from what happened, he didn't want people knowing that he was related to that doctor. So he didn't pronounce his name as Frankenstein. He pronounced it Frankenstein. So, as the story moves along, and Dr. Frankenstein comes to the castle where his father worked, and I forget the story about why that had to happen. Uh-oh. Tank guns here are blowing me to pieces. Okay, he is harmless now. I'm just trying to take out some weapon guys. So you had a tank gun turret guy back here I was trying to take out. It took me a little while to take his turrets down, but he's done. And here I come to the rescue. And now he's going to get himself stuck in that. Oh my gosh, I have never seen that before. The NPCs in this game are hilarious. See, that's why I took the turrets out of that guy, because here he is. See, he showed his ugly face. I knew he'd come back to haunt us. Ah! Gabbo! So to continue the story, Dr. Frankenstein has to go to his father's castle for some reason. I don't remember exactly why. So he's on the train, meet at the train station. Yeah, I can speak. And he meets Igor. And Igor comes up and meets Dr. Frankenstein, Dr. Funkenstein. And Igor says, "Oh, Dr. Frankenstein, I presume." And Dr. Frankenstein goes, "No, it's pronounced Frankenstein. And you must be Igor." And Igor, who is Igor, who he thinks is Igor, he says, "Oh no, it's pronounced Igor." And he's played by an actor named Marty Feldman. And I know that's an obscure older reference for most people, but if you take a look at the actor's picture, you'll understand why Igor is kind of a meta joke for him, because he's kind of fairly well known for having big bulging eyes. So, it's a lot funnier watching it than it is for me to explain it, but that's just one of the things you need to watch it for. It is hilarious. And like I said, it's like a comedy take on the actual Frankenstein movie. Come back later, we'll talk about fighting the Ravagers. You mean in like 2 seconds? Okay. Do you have to go to the repair shop now to get your ammo back? Or what do you need to do? Woohoo! Boink. Do. And there's a ginormous truck driving by my house. So what do we got? We've got... Let's go all the way north. Let's get that one out of the way. It's going to be a long trip, ladies and gentlemen. Don't mind us driving through your neighborhood here as you blow up a supply truck. They're more interested in each other than us at the moment. Good for them. This is your business. You deal with that. We don't care. We don't care. We're driving Cadillacs in our dreams. Don't know if you're all familiar with Lorde and her song Royals. But there is a guy who was on America's Got Talent, whatever that Simon Cowell show is. And he was a big 7-foot-tall guy that dressed in a clown outfit. And his name was Puddle's Pity Party. And he did his own, like, tenor version of the song. Never seen a diamond in the flesh. I cut my teeth on wedding rings in the movies, and I'm not proud of my address in a torn up town. No postcode envy, but every song's like my back, gray goose, diamonds on a timepiece, jet planes, ballrooms, tigers on a gold leash. No, that's not quite it. We don't care. We're not caught up in your love affair, 'cause we'll never be royal. It don't run in our blood. Kind of luck's is not for us. Crave a different kind of buzz. I could be your ruler. You could call me Queen Bee. Baby, I'd rule. Let me live that fantasy. My friends and I, we've cracked the code. We count our dollars on the train to the party. And everyone who knows us knows that we're fine with this. We didn't come from money. But every song's like my back, gray goose, diamonds on your timepiece, jet planes, islands, tigers on a gold leash. We don't care. We're driving Cadillacs in our dreams, 'cause you'll never be royal. It don't run in our blood. Kind of luck's is not for us. We crave a different kind of buzz. I could be your ruler. You could call me Queen Bee, and baby, I'd rule. Let me live that fantasy. Oh, 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 oh. I'm bigger than I ever dreamed. And my voice is knackered. I didn't intend to bust out in song at that time, but so be it. Now you all suffer. Give me power. Some days I just have that lower tone to my voice, and other times I don't. And I had it today, but I'm losing it slowly over time. It's like death over time spell. Yes, I have renamed damage over time spells to death over time. Because that is what it is. It is death over time. Go away, you silly little goods. Alright. Destroy the lunatics and siphon the fuel from their cars. Let's go. You need to go away. And a little melee bot. There's a shotgun guy. Shotgun! Yeah, that was supposed to be saxophone, ladies and gentlemen. Lay off my friend. He's on your 6. I got him. Get off of my friend, you crazy goo. Boom. Take the fuel, George. I'm only pressing the take the fuel button. Good grief. Get away already, you crazy goose. Yay, scraps. Woohoo! And we're out of here. You see that little part in my back end there? Now they blew off my piece of armor. That is my generator, which I said before adds some energy to your cab. So this growl cabin that I have, out of the blue tier cabins, has the most energy base. I think it starts with 11. The next one would be the Wyvern with 10. And I think there's another one with 10 that I just can't recall at the moment. But the Wyvern isn't quite as fast. It can carry quite a bit more weight to it, so there is the bonus to it, but one less energy. But the blue tier generator that I have adds an extra energy to it, so that gives me 12 to play around with. And that is quite a nice bonus to have. So that's why I can afford to put 5 machine guns on it at 2 each. That gives me 10. And then I can add a cooling system and a radiator, along with 5 machine guns. So basically, when I have that setup going, I can just hold down the fire button for everybody. One guy on stream? What's going on? The Cellar Spider, there's my buddy. How you doing, man? Nice to see you again. Sorry, I am now running a 2-screen setup, so I have my chat on a separate screen, and I'm not used to looking at it. I have to get used to that setup now. So sorry I missed your hello. Thanks for the heads up on that, Gabbo. We can exit out and see if he wants to join us in the adventure mode, because he can join in too. Since level doesn't matter at all on this. We're in the middle of an adventure mode, dude. So we got to finish this out. I'll head to the garage if you want to join us. And yeah, this is my new and improved Tower of Death. It's got a couple of auto cannons on it. Yeah, groups in this game, you can have four guys total, and you can run missions with that. You can do adventure modes with that. You can do raids, but it's a max of 4. But I was talking about you earlier today on the stream, Seller. I was mentioning you to Gabbo. I was like, yeah, I found this other guy, on Twitter that plays, and we teamed up a couple times. I'd like, it'd be cool if all of us could get together. But it just hadn't happened yet. The timing of it all. So I don't know if you got an opportunity to play. But thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. I'm just waking up. I might after a little bit. Okay, well, it's going to take us a couple minutes to finish this mission. You just give me a heads up when you're ready, and because I'm planning on rolling this, doing the whole adventure mode while I got the help. Gabbo's up for it, so he can pretty much single-handedly get me through this if I really needed it. This mission is a little tough. You can see all the enemies they're sending my way. And this isn't just because there's 2 of us here. This is how many enemies they send at you, even with a singular player. Alright, his weapons are done, so he's pretty much harmless. And you're about to lose your weapon. You're done, son. So this is something I got to get used to. Maybe I got to reposition my second screen so it's a little closer to my field of vision, so I can kind of see it out of the corner of my eye. It's just out of the corner of my eye. Still got a
break my fast and eat some food if you're going to be on for a bit longer. I'll get into the game. I still got to get me coffee and bones moving. Yeah, I might get me some autocannons going soon so we can shred. Yeah, autocannons are a very viable weapon early on in this game. And, well, when you get the more powered up versions too. Let's go. Where are we? Let's go to the north again. We're closer to that one. So yeah, autocannons pump out some pretty heavy damage in comparison to machine guns. They have really long firing range, and they keep their damage over range. The drawback is the rate of fire is a little slower, and the turrets move much slower as far as turning radius. As you can see, my machine gun's already turned around. My autocannons are on a huge delay. They don't articulate down well. So if you notice, I have mine mounted upside down so they can articulate down. If I had them mounted upright, they would not target down as well. I couldn't shoot at the front of my vehicle like this with them. And I just actually shot myself. I didn't even know I could do that. I know you can shoot rockets at yourself and blow yourself up, but I didn't know that I could actually shoot my own vehicle and damage it. That's interesting. But yeah, a lot of people like autocannons early on because they're just a source of long-range damage. And when you can't put a lot of armor on your vehicle, it's a very viable option. The other thing is they also take up 4 energy as opposed to 2 for a machine gun. So that's something else to consider. They're also considerably heavier weapons. So everything has a trade-off. And it's just what fits your style. I tend to play the long-range sniper role, but without cannons, because I'm just not good with cannons. I have to work on that. Inside the truck, we have everything required for recovery. Delivered to the Ravager hideout. Excuse me. We can begin. Look at that sucker. My people will help you protect it. Looks like the cabin of a jumbo jet. It's kind of neat looking. So we got some friends on this one, but believe me, they're not much help. Brah. I mean, they'll do what they can, but that's a big rig. That's something, when you reach level 17, you'll see something when I go to my garage next to my vehicle. It's called Leviathan. And when you unlock that, you can basically build an almost unlimited machine with the maximum amount of points available in-game of, I think it's 80. You can put your biggest cab in there, your best cab, and a slew of... It doesn't matter because you'll get like an incredible amount of energy. So you can throw like a bajillion weapons on everything. The max power score is 10,000. 100,000. Holy cow. Yeah, so you can just go wild with it. And that's the way you would create something that large, I believe. I don't think there's really another way to do it with a normal build. I don't think you can accomplish something that large, but maybe you can. I haven't reached that level yet to understand whether you could or not. Yeah. There's actually a mode that you go into a little bit higher power score than what I am right now, where you basically run missions against Leviathans. And what you'll see is you'll be actually going up against other player-created Leviathans. They won't be being driven by the person who made them. They'll be NPC controlled, but you'll see that they're actually other people's builds. It's pretty neat.
But yeah, you've seen some of the raids I've gone on where the boss is a Leviathan. Not quite to this size, but I'm sure they get that way in bigger missions. But that's a behemoth right there. Woo, doggies. I don't know how loud the game is being played through my microphone. For some reason, it's... When I first tried to get on the stream, I had a technical glitch where all of a sudden Streamlabs wanted to forget my broadcast source again for whatever reason. Even though I never changed any of the settings, it somehow forgot them. And I just had to reboot everything, and lo and behold, oh yeah, I remember again for some reason. But it also seems to have forget my audio output, which is the same device. My monitor. Great, now I can finally fine-tune the device. Soon everyone will regain their memories. Wish I could regain, but there's a tiny little problem. Ha 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 ha. You're not Santa Claus. So yeah, so the only audio we're getting is the audio from the speakers on my TV monitor. So I don't know how well that's coming through the mic on my microphone, because it is set up to kind of tune out background noise. I guess we're going north again. Do. Your mic's fine here. I'm talking about the background, if you can hear like the sound effects and music. How much that is coming through, if it's coming through at all, or if it's coming through too loud over my voice. No game sound at all. Huh. Well then let me pump up the volume, Dance, dance. There's a throwback. How about now? Anything? I mean, that is coming through fairly loud on my end, but again, it's how much is my microphone picking that up? Yeah, some pew-pews. Good. Because it would be nice to hear what the game kind of sounds like. The way different weapons sound, the way different engines sound. The explosions. It's always fun hearing things explode, right? Boom! There was a cannon shot. It's got shotguns. Pow, pow, pow. Boom! Yeah, I don't want it to be so loud it's overpowering. I'm gonna tweak some things again and see if I can get that secondary audio set up again, because I had it set up before, but I don't know what it is with OBS and Streamlabs. I've had them both do the same thing before, where it just completely forgot all of my settings, and I had to go in and redo them all. It was annoying. It's like, here I thought, you know, oh, I got everything set up, I'm ready to go, just like normal. A few minutes before my stream starts, and it's like, wait a minute, I have no video source, no audio source, and all of my, like, overlays and things, like my pre-stream setup screen and countdown, were all gone. It's like it completely forgot who I was. And I'm just, like I've said before, I'm not the most technically gifted person in the world. So to be rushing around at the last minute trying to get all this stuff set up is not exactly something I'm really attuned to. So it took me quite some time to get that done. And it was just a frustrating experience for me. I'm not sure. Because first of all, I don't understand why it happened. So I'm assuming if it just happened randomly, it's going to happen randomly again. And sure enough, it did today, to some extent. Not as bad as it was that one time where it just forgot everything. But this time it just lost my video source and audio source for some reason. I don't know why. Why do you do such things? Alright, find out what happened to the Nomads. Sounds like a plan. But didn't they just get blown up? I mean, didn't we just see what happened to them? We were part of it. Brah! Whoop. Random scrap. You gotta get that. Do. Keep rolling, rolling, rolling. Rolling, rolling, rolling. There's Magellan. Then there is background music in this game playing. I don't know how well you're hearing that, but it's pretty interesting at times. It gives you some clues as to when you're coming up against enemies. There's one of those hidden cameras. Lunatics took everyone, attacked from behind. Some were killed, others captured. The shaman was taken somewhere. To the Grand Totem. Oh boy. Bring back the shaman. I'll maintain radio presence. Alright. Now, I told you about these hidden cameras. They're set up randomly around the map. And there's one right up there, that black thing on that cliff. And you shoot these out for a mission. And my machine gun, for some reason, isn't quite hitting it. Maybe I'm just slightly out of range of it. My autocannons could definitely take it out, but I articulated them down, so they are not hitting it. Come on, machine gun, what are you doing? There we go. So there. And that's, as you can see, there's 76 of them. I've found 6 just randomly. I haven't been really looking for them. That's something I'll probably do offline, because it's just going to be boring random driving around the map and shooting stationary targets, which has got to be a brilliant stream for, content. I mean, I could do it just to show you where the locations are if I was going to do a walkthrough fac of those, but it's probably more efficient for somebody to just go online and get a map. There's a map made that shows you where all the locations are if you really want to cheat. Yes, the shaman was taken here, but who knows where he is now. Destroy the totem and the boss should show up, but first deal with the gods. Gods! Oh my god. Oh my god. And these random people that just drive up behind you and shoot you. That's always a fun time in the city. Ring-a-ling, hear them ring. It's Christmas time in the city. Silver bells, Batman smells. Soon it will be time for Shatner's toupee. I'm doing a little Weird Al Yankovic version there. Boom, boom, boom. A boom, 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 boom. Kaboom. And this is my boomstick. I'm still lurking, but I'm gonna make some coffee and get my breakfast started. Be right back in a minute. Cool. Yep, I had my coffee this morning. Get ready for some guests. Welcome. Welcome to your doom. Any Altered Beast fans out there? I remember playing that game in the arcade, and then it came out for, what is it? Sega Genesis, I think? My friend had it. We played that game forever. It was all just a dream. Sort of. Spoiler alert. Sort of. Power up. Oh, video games. Some of my favorites. Let's see, there was, not the original NES Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which was a monstrosity of a game. That was a horrible rendition. But they remade and re-released it. Well, they didn't re-release that game, but they created the arcade version of it, and that was a much better game. That was a lot more fun to play. Liked that version a lot better. I don't know what that travesty was. That was the original NES one. And then there was Ninja... I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. Ninja Gaiden. Gaiden. I love that game too. Not the original one, but the one they made as the arcade remake. Because the original was a cheating piece of garbage. I don't know what that was, but it was terrible. My friend had that game, and he got real good at it. But the game would do things like, you're fighting the boss. The boss has no hit points left. You have half your health gauge left, and you die, not the boss. And it would do things repeatedly like that. That was the original version that came out for NES. And go through the cutscene. Mortal, enough destruction! Do you yearn to bring back what became ours by the law of the gun? Then become the champion of the Colosseum! Whoa! Now this part, the Colosseum, is a tough mission. You'll understand why in a minute. Are you ready for the last two missions? About as ready as I'm gonna be. I mean, this would be the build I would take into it anyway. The one that's gonna give me a problem is that speed run one. But this isn't that one, I don't think. I think that's part of one of the side missions kind of deals. And I lost my train of thought. I was saying something before that. Oh yeah, Ninja Gaiden. It was also a side-scroller, the original one, and it had the annoying thing where once you cleared a screen behind you, the enemies would respawn if you went back and changed the screen. And this would happen as you went forward as well. The enemies would just instantly respawn. Well, they had these flying enemies, and if they hit you, they did a bounce back. So what would happen is if they hit you just right, they'd bounce you back from one screen that you were already on, bounce you back to the previous screen where there would be another enemy waiting for you that would bounce you back forward to the other enemy who would then bounce you back again backwards. And you'd be playing ping pong or volleyball with you until you died. This is where it becomes difficult. If you're solo, because you start to face some Leviathans here, one after the other, and they get progressively tougher. So first they send out their little dink units, and they shoot missiles at you too, so if it wasn't bad enough, and you can shoot missiles out of the air, luckily. Target them and hit them correctly. Goodbye. Here comes the first Leviathan. And now the gladiator Chujan to the elegant. The elegant is coming. The wild warrior from the western plains will rip a Puna apart to shreds and do it elegantly. So you saw he had two saw blades in the front of his build, and that is highly damaging melee weapon. But you can see what the theory is behind that. Pin him off to the side, stay out of the range of those melees, and shoot that weapon off. That big gun he's got on the top of his truck. And he's kind of stuck. He got flibbed. I thought I shot his gun off. Well, it doesn't matter now. He's toast. Here come his buddies. Get off of me. Get off me, get off me, get off me, get off me. See what I'm talking about, melee? See how hard it is to get away from him? Our brave warrior needs a rest. Warm-up battle. Yeah, that's a rest. This is a rest. Fight more things. That's a real good rest. Boom shakalaka. Not sure exactly what. He was trying to flip over. What a perfectly timed shot, Gabbo. That was excellent, man. He's trying to flip himself back over, and you instantly hit him with a cannon shot. Trembling on, behold, the bright king. He loves making others pull chestnuts out of the fire and watching the flames. So he's got flamethrowers, which they're highly effective weapons in this game. Plus, he's got shielding. So yeah, you don't want to get roasted by flames because they hurt. Man, look at me just hammering away on him and him just taking it up like a boss. Well, I mean, technically he is one, but there was no pun intended on that. Believe me, if Gabbo wasn't here, I probably would have failed this mission a couple times already, because it is that tough. You've got no weapons left. Come here, you. Say goodbye to your weapons. Or not. Jeez. What'd you make your weapons out of? Titanium? Goodbye. And another one bites the dust, but let us not mourn, since another one rises to the challenge. The one who knows no failure, the Tiger. Now that harvester in the front is a killer melee weapon. He's also got those harpoon launchers on the top of his vehicle, which was so fun. So you saw that little landmine he put out there that kind of holds you in place? Well, that's a good tactic, because then, you know, while you're tethered in place, he's going to try to ram you with his harvester, in theory. But, yeah, I'm trying to shoot those things so he's not able to do that. There we go. One last weapon. Can we get it off? Well, you're not really. There we go. He's completely useless now. Yeah, having Gabbo pin that guy like that and take the focus off of me, huge help. This would have been... we're making it look easy because of that. So that's kind of the benefit to have a friend help you with these missions. Because doing this solo, which I've done, and I've accomplished it a few times on my own without... well, I won't say without problem, because it is tough. But it is much more difficult to do by yourself. The Colosseum trial is over. The strongest warrior. I promise to free the shaman. Bring forth the prisoner! Hurrah, hooroo! Escort. Let's get out of here. The fire starters stick to their word only when it's their witnesses around, and Odegon is the leader. I think people come to attack. I can't remember correctly if people come to attack on this or not, or if it's just the random people, random mobs that come by like this. I mean, these are guys that are normally around anyway in this area. Boom. Let me see my catch-up speed here. I'm about as ready as I'm going to be. I don't really have a change of vehicle that would be better suited for anything. This is a little title or name. I digress. Please follow me. Alright, so... Oh, excuse me. Where'd that come from? Had a little bit of a yawn in the middle of talking. That sounded like Mickey Mouse. Hang on a second. Let me get a drink of water. A little bit of agua. Which I'm keeping in a glass far away from my computers, for obvious reasons. Last mission. Here we go, 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 go. Wait a minute, let's try to read the text again. Well, here's the moment of truth. Time to start the device. Sit back and improvise. I think I remember what this one is. It says you have to be level 9 with the engineers. And a power score I missed, but probably very much too low. I've looked it over the device. It's going to need more energy than Lloyd said. I'm not even sure it's going to work, but I have to try. Yeah, I think I remember this one. Yep, you got to protect these power sources from a bunch of enemies and walkers, which is a lot of fun. It's working! Working! It's alive! Ah, Shaman, wait. You're on fire! It doesn't matter. Nobody else but us can help the treated ones. Shaman! I can do it! Damn, the voltage is too high. Well, I just... Sorry. Darn! Oh no, what have we done? So apparently that guy never met Scotty. I can do it! As Scotty from Star Trek would say, I can't do it, Captain. I didn't have the power. And luckily my 6-wheeled device here allows me to set the tag and not get stuck. Well, these turrets are pretty useless. But, whatever. I'm gonna set that one over there. Pardon me. Yeah. You get wave after wave of enemy, and then the boss, which is a big, strong walker. If I remember correctly, spider build. see a hovercraft build right there. I told you you could build those. That's what Lloyd is driving. Or piloting, should I say. I don't know if you really drive a hovercraft since it does fly. Boy, these things just don't want to die easy, do they? Stop shooting my friend with flames! Nobody asked you! Doink! They're coming at us from both sides. I do have some melee ability on this vehicle, I just don't really use it that much. Because I tend to fight from a distance, but ramming people when you have something to ram them with is a rather effective way of dealing some damage and immobilizing them if you can hit a wheel and knock it off. So I have to start remembering to utilize that a little bit more with this build. I'm just so used to staying in the background and not taking damage. See, I just made that guy explode by ramming him. And that one too. So, you gotta watch out for explosions though. If your vehicle's not set for it, you can make yourself explode. And Gabo just blew up. Were you out of ammo? Where'd you go? There you are. With the tank gun. Man, these tank turrets take a lot. Whew. He had I'm trying to remember what the name of that rig cab is, but it's a tough one. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but I know it's a tough one. Slow, but a lot of hit points, and can carry a lot of weight. Oop. Hovercrafts are very hard to control. Yeah, I'm trying to, but I gotta be in enough range to be able to see weapons and stuff. I don't have a targeting scope on this thing. And here comes the big bad boss. Yep, spider crawler, like I thought. Look at him. He's got all kinds of guns on. Good God. Great googly moogly. He's got missiles, he's got tanks, he's got machine guns. I'm in trouble. As I got like a horde of missiles coming at me. And I'm dead. It's up to you for 20 seconds, unfortunately. Sorry. Those rockets are a little too much for me. So this battle is, no joke, tough. Because those rockets are just killers. Now, if you have a wedge build, you can get up underneath of him and pin him up so that he can't get up and move around or shoot you if he doesn't have an undermounted weapon. Now, some of these spiders have gotten wise to that and build a weapon underneath the cab. Finally, I've been waiting for this moment for years. Ha 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 ha. Uh-oh. Kaboom! What? Uh-oh. Do not trust Lloyd. I remember everything. He's out of control. Drake? Lloyd? Why can't we move? Thanks for helping me get the Ravager technology. Our leader Drake is alive, so we came to the rocks to kill Lloyd. Shut it. I hate all this secrecy with you nomads. Kaboom. I will find you, Lloyd. Gone. Lloyd. Magellan died because you were hiding the truth from him, the entire squad. In much wisdom is much grief. Okay. So you're gonna lie to us too? Kane from the Kung Fu series. Lloyd aches to build a world with no place for mankind. He has to be stopped at all costs. His madness is contagious. Weak of heart, follow him. And die from the likes of you. Got it. We spoke to him too. Should we be afraid of you? Your intentions are clear. You saved me and my people. I'm asking for your help. I liked you better without your memories, but Lloyd is something else, so I'm game. Are you with us, Mute? So that's my name now, Mute. And congratulations, a winner is you. You have completed the Awakening, the first story-driven adventure in the world of CROSSOUT. Yet there are still plenty of things to do in the Blood Rocks. Defeat bandits, complete side and group missions, and earn valuable rewards. By the way, now you have access to the production of new items. Don't forget to visit the engineers. You're going to use everything and anything you can to find and produce, since the adventure is only beginning. I go to play CW. Whoops. And thanks for the play, Ben. Very good battle. Yeah, thank you very much, Gabu. You made this a lot easier to do for me, for sure. I appreciate it, and thank you very much. It was great running with you, and if my friend Seller Spider gets on, he and I can team up and run these over again as he gets the missions for himself, and then I can team up with him. Now, I do have a couple of side missions to do. You received a distress signal from Foxy. You got a helper. I can replay the mission, Free the Slaves, on a harder difficulty level, but I am going to exit back to the garage for now. Return to the garage and collect all of my rep that I got, because it's going to be a ton. Look at that. Quite a bit of reputation there. Got metal, scraps, copper, and engraved casings. Yes. Yes. Kaboom! Stone Deaf is my new driver. That's something I should point out. I think I have mentioned it before, but in case I haven't. When you have a high enough level with the engineers, you get a co-driver. And each faction has their own driver. So the engineers have Master Jack as a jack of all trades. And you can see as you level them up, vehicle durability 1%, machine guns, miniguns, damage plus 1%, shotguns plus 1 damage, 1%, cannoneer, I don't even know if that's a word, cannoneer, plus 1 damage, and long-sighted. Now this you have to purchase, and I don't have enough materials and such to do so. But vehicle radar radius gets improved, plus 5%. And in order to get these next bonuses, you have to unlock this one first, so that this second tier becomes available to you. So these bonuses here do not apply right now. And then again, at this 10th level, you have to purchase that one, which unlocks the ability to use the third tier. Now, like I said, I can use all the first tier. The second tier I have, but they are not usable yet. Because if so, machine guns should be doing 2% damage, and if you can see down here, I only have the 1%. So, I hope that explains that. The Lunatics have Bulldog, and he's a melee shotgun kind of guy. So, shotgun damage, shotgun durability, self-destruct damage, melee damage, self-destruct, blast radius, shotguns, melee, reputation boost. Oh, the Growl cabin tonnage gets increased plus 500 kilograms. Well, I'm using the Growl right now. That would help. Shotguns, melee, rockets, and shotguns, optimal range plus 5%. So, he's a shotgun specialist, shotgun melee. Perseus is machine gun and drones. Stone Deaf is cannons. And he has turrets, so cannons. Hans is from the Steppenwolves, and I'm not sure each one of these guys, probably heavy artillery, because they build more like the heavy, reload speed for cannons. Extra flight time for your rockets. So yeah, heavy artillery and heavy vehicles. Jade from the Johns, I believe they're beam weapons. Energy weapons. Yeah, so energy weapons for them. Explosions. Force fields. The fire starters, flames, and melee. So each faction kind of has their own speciality. So you can put one in your car. I'm just leveling up Perseus right now, or Stone Deaf rather, just because I'm terrible with cannons, and I figure having him when I have a specific mission that requires me to use cannons, I could be a little bit better at them. So, there's that idea. So I told you that we'd look at my build, and you can go into, you can go in your build, and wait a minute, info button. So these are the list of parts. So you see I have a generator, big G, that I made, the Growl, light cabin, Tamer is the cooler, and the Chill, the radiator. So you can see what these do. According to the mentor, this device chill is equal only to that of the lands far beyond the pole, where the former engineer leader used to serve in the Navy. Weapon cooling rate increases by 50%. The effect stacks. So what that means is, if I had 2 of these, my cooling rate would be 100%, and so on. That's kind of a neat thing to remember. The Chill increases time until weapon is overheated by 50%, and the effect stacks. So I could run 2 of these, and my weapons would not overheat as much. I have my AC-43 Rapier. Great accuracy, requires experience in aiming at long ranges. And again, the turret turning speed is abysmal. So you can see the damage rating, the fire rate, the range, accuracy, and time to overheating, and then we'll compare it to the machine gun I'm running. So look at the damage. It's just barely over one square,
and this one's like over half. 6. So quite a big difference in damage. The fire rate, the machine gun's going to be quicker. The range is 3. The range on this one, take a look at that, 8. Accuracy is about a 6.25. Accuracy on these guys, a 4. Time to overheating, about a 5.5. And it's about a 6 here. But this is in fairness, I should be comparing it to a blue level machine gun, but just as an overall upgrade over a normal machine gun. And there are some reputation items, the paint I'm using, 2 different paints, an extra sticker I won, the frame pieces. You can see my durability, how many total parts I'm using. I can use 8 more parts, but here's my problem, the tonnage. Because my cabin can't hold that much weight. You can see the max tonnage on it is 6,000 kilograms. So that's all it can hold, and I'm pushing it. If I went to about 5,500, I'd start seeing my acceleration take a hit. This scale would scale down. You'd see this thing creeping over that red little dot right there that says you're at your max. And the more you go over it, the more you impact your acceleration and top speed. So it kind of negates the ability of the Growl of being the fastest cabin. There's a trade-off. It's fast, but can't hold weight. Yep. And there's my reputation bonus. Now you can get up to a 25%. I'm running 6 plus 1s, I think. There's 2. Yep, 6. Then 2 more for the headlight. And then 1 more for my backpack. So there you go. 6 plus 3 is 9. Ben can do math! On a horrible scale. On a not lovely scale. At all. At all! Do, 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 do. Boo, 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 boo. Surely you jest, Zoe. Surely. Seller must be digging his breakfast. I really didn't have one yet. I should probably get something to eat at some point, but sometimes I wake up and I'm just not hungry at all. And other times I wake up and I'm starving. And you know what? I did make a change to this build, so let me go ahead and overwrite my original. And I find it helpful, at least at lower levels. And most people probably do this too, but I went over this briefly. Save several different builds that you like. You find something that works, and works well for your style play, save it. Because not all builds are going to be universal. Like, this works well for machine guns and autocannons, but if you had this machine with shotguns, well, obviously, they're not good at range, so mounting them up here on top of a turret would not be a good idea. You'd want something more low to the ground, like possibly the shotgun run. You see, completely different build. Now, this little guy, he doesn't look like much, but let me tell you, I run this guy through battles and missions, not so much raids, and I just rip through people, because my power score is not that high where I'm getting these overpowered people. Once you start getting to like the 3,000 power range score, I would say probably around 2,700, because that'll put you in the range of like 30 or 3,000 to maybe even 3,500. That allows people a lot of leeway to put like super tier weapons, like gold tier weapons, on very minimal bodies with no real armor on them, and they don't need it, because they'll just have so OP weapons that basically can kill you in 1 or 2 shots. So you have to be aware of that. If you keep your power score low enough, that kind of negates that ability a little bit. And there's a different, very low power score autocannon build. My specific cannon build, very low
power score as well. And the raid, that is... I named it raid because that's exactly what this thing is for. It is specifically made for the raid missions right now. And these battles against NPCs, which I can show you real quick until Cellator is ready to go again. I have a... Oh, here's something new. I want to show you this rocket build. So one other thing I was able to build are these unguided rockets. I think it's the Lunatics have those. So they're called the Wasp. Unguided rocket launcher. They cost 4 points of energy. They only have 16 ammo each. You see the damage, the fire rate, the range, and the accuracy. Now these things are tough to aim because they're not turreted at all. And the articulation up and down is not a lot. It's kind of like a mortar almost, in that sense. And they're unguided, so they just kind of, you know, they go in the vague direction of your target. But if they hit, they do a ton of damage. And it's explosive damage, which not a lot of armor is adept to taking. So let me go ahead and break out this build, and I'll go on the test drive real quick and just show you what this thing is capable of. So here's my little guy. And we got them lined up. And foom foom. So you can see the path of these things. They're not quite in a straight line. They kind of veer. Now that was a pretty straight shot. You don't always get that. You see it kind of crossing off there. I mean, they're fairly accurate, but it's hard to twitch aim these, you know, because they don't turret at all. And so I can't shoot behind myself, so I got a weakness there. And the articulation up and down, you see, I'm pointing. That's as high as they'll go, and this is as low as they'll go. So I can shoot down pretty well, but not up so much. The other problem with these things is if you're at close range and you shoot somebody. Let's do this real quick. Let's stuck on my bleed. Let's go with this guy. Let's line him up a little better. If you do this, let's do it with something that's not going to move out of the way when I shoot it. These explosions can blow off your armor pieces as well if you're too close. So that's something to watch out for. You have to take that into account in your build. I blew up one of my own rockets with it. So there's ways to negate that with your build, but as I said, I'm trying to go as minimalist as possible because these rockets carry a fairly high power score and would push me in a tier where, you know, I don't want to be with these kind of weapons and this kind of build. So, like I said, very effective if you know how to use them well, but kind of difficult to master. It takes some getting used to because, like I said, you can't. If somebody comes up like right behind you and you have to turn around real quick. They're moving all over the place, and this thing does not respond well. And you have limited ammo. See, I'm already out of bullets. So on battle maps like missions, that will come into the factor. You don't have any way to reload. But on the raids, when you destroy NPCs, they drop ammo packs so you can, you know, get more ammo that way. So sometimes they can be effective in raids. Let me see here. Let me go. Let me show you my shotgun build. And while we're waiting for the spider to come back, let's get Mr. Spider, and we'll just do a quick run with him real quick. Show you how effective this thing can be. Yeah, I'm 1852. You see the power scores of everybody else. There's some 2500s in here. But that's because I'm also in a group with that level of people. and everybody's coming to get me. This guy's got shotguns too, so people have got the memo apparently. Shotguns are kind of uber if you know how to use them correctly. So the idea with a shotgun is to line up your shot, because, you know, you got limited firing power, you know, ammo clip. And everybody's getting in my way. So maybe not a true representation of what these things can do, because you can just chew right through armor and stuff with them. So I got a nice big damaging bumper on the front of myself and shotguns. And the combination, you get up on them, ram them, blast them with the shotguns. And that's pretty much a devastating attack. Now, if I added a melee weapon, which I do have one of those too, I just made it last night. I finally had enough materials. I got a borer. I'm going to show you what that can do. It would be much more effective if I had more than one of them. But it'll give you an idea of what those things can do. I have run into a couple of them in my battles and missions that I've streamed, but I haven't used one yet because I haven't been able to build one. So, first blood. I killed the first enemy of our team. And you can see, I'm just toasting these guys' weapons and parts. And shotguns are just really good at that. They're like just mini sledgehammers, man. I was kind of opposed to using them at first. I gotta get back to the base, turn around truck. Somebody's on our base. Not anymore. I think somebody took care of that. Somebody needs the training wheels back. So that kind of shows you what shotguns can do. They're close range, heavy-hitting weapons. They're really good at taking out, eating through armor, blowing off tires, blowing off weapons if you can get close enough range. Now, that's the trick. This is not the fastest cab in the world. I could probably build it with a sprinter to be a little bit quicker, but I just like that build as it is right now. It works for me. And I have, like, machine gun build. You've seen me use machine guns before. That's nothing new. And the autocannon runner, you saw what I've done with those before. My cannon. I'm terrible with cannons. Rocket build. Alright. Since Spider's not back, if he was still on, I would continue this stream and maybe team up with him for a while on the stream. But he's getting his breakfast together. I think I'm going to take a break as well, because I'm going to get something to eat and maybe recharge the batteries with some coffee myself. And maybe he and I will team up offline just to get rid of the rest of my gas, maybe do adventure mode. But again, I wanted to try to do as much of this as possible online with you guys so you could see how to play the game, how you can get along as a free-to-play player. Now, obviously, these guys that have the Battle Pass are going to get access to more parts, better parts, quicker. They're going to be overpowered. And it's going to be tough to compete with them. It's just going to be a grind, and you're going to die. Just get used to it. So if you have a problem with, like, I keep getting killed, well, you're going to hate this game, because it's going to happen. And as you've seen, sometimes it's not really anything you did. It's just luck of the draw. You know, you might go to a part of the map where your team didn't really follow you, and you just happen to find the group of 6 enemies. And 1 versus 6 are not good numbers for you. You might be on a really bad team, like no teamwork whatsoever, and you're trying to get things to going. And if you're going solo, you know, not everybody's on the same page, obviously, so it's hard to coordinate. And typing in the game while trying to play the game is difficult. I've always found it anyway, because you're trying to shoot things and not get killed. And if you're typing,
while you're driving, you're not shooting and you're not driving. So kind of defeats the purpose. So a lot of people do voice chat, and if you can get into a group to do your battles, it's a lot better. And you'll have a lot more fun, like talking with your friend. Oh, look at that shot. Oh, look what you just did. Oh, hey, watch out. There's a dude right behind you. Or, hey, I got a guy right on my tail. I need help. You know, it's a lot easier to communicate that way. And like I said, you get more enjoyment out of it. It's also easier to go up against enemy teams and things like that. There are clan battles. You can join a clan. It costs 500 currency or coins to start, so I don't quite have that much. I don't know if there's a limit on how many people can be in it, but there are specific clan battles that you do, like clan versus clan battles and things like that. So it's pretty neat. So I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Just know that I couldn't keep doing this just online only, because if you see these rewards that you can get for the weekly and monthly, doing it every other day, there aren't enough missions to get me to this 42. And these crates can give you some pretty good items sometimes. And these badges that you can get, I've earned most of them. But you can take these badges to the badge exchange and get sometimes some rarer parts you might not come across. Extra resources, which is always going to help a free-to-play player. You always need resources. And you can get these parts from one of the factions. I think you can with these two. I think these are on the Steppenwolves, maybe? But one of the higher tier factions. And see, I don't have a mission to get plastics or wires right now, but if I earn badges, this is a way to get them early. Because I need, I think, a 4,000 power score to get to the wires. Yep, and I don't have that. I think it's 5,000 for batteries. And I just don't have enough oomph to get to that level of power. If I forced a 4,000 power score build, it would be way underpowered at this point. I just don't have the firepower to do it, and anything I would make for that power score would be not competitive, I don't think. So that's why I haven't done it yet. Okay, so I want to thank everybody that showed up. Gabbo is a regular. Spider has been around too. I think this is the first time he came onto the actual stream. Maybe he was on it before lurking. But I met him on Twitch, or Twitter, rather, and then in-game. So I think this is the first time he might have been in the stream. And hopefully we'll be able to get some content with him teaming up with me. We had some tentative plans that could be a lot of fun if they work out. So just stay tuned. And sorry I was away for so long, but you know, life happens sometimes. And as things settle down for me, I will be coming with that content on the regular, as I usually do. So today is, what, Thursday? Tomorrow's going to be an off day. I've got some other content to be putting out there on YouTube for my Madden franchise people. So I got to get that out there too, because they're waiting. And then I'll be back on Saturday, and with more CROSSOUT. And I promised a world exclusive thing I wasn't able to get to. I'll try to do that Saturday night as well. Spoiler alert, I'll teach you in a game that was a favorite of mine as a kid how to be a perfect pitcher that nobody can hit off of, nobody can score runs off of. Every single game will be a complete game shutout no-hitter every single time. So stay tuned for that next Saturday, or this Saturday. I think I'll do that one 8 p.m. and should be a lot of fun. So I hope you join me. Hope you enjoyed this stream, and we'll see you next time here on Ben's Corner. You all stay well, happy, healthy, safe, and sane out there, and take care, everybody. It's been nice. It's a nice. Oh boy. Streamlabs, where did you go? There you are. Alright, see you everybody. Thanks again. Appreciate you all joining me. See you here next time.